Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Amanda. Today's video is going to be my 28 through 30 week pregnancy update for you guys. So I have not filmed a pregnancy update since before my second trimester ended, so right at the beginning of my third trimester. So it's been almost 3 weeks because I am 30 weeks and 3 days today. So probably 30 weeks and 4 days when you guys see this video, possibly 5 days depending on vlogging, if I put the vlog up tomorrow or this video up. But anyways, I have a lot to catch you up on. If you don't watch my vlogs, then you have no idea what's been happening. If you do watch my vlogs, then you have an idea of what's happening and you kind of get like a day-by-day update from me of what's going on between me and baby girl and our doctor and all that stuff. So if you just watch my pregnancy update videos, I have a lot of information to share with you. But if you watch our vlogs, then this is kind of just going to be a recap for you, but it will also kind of like put everything in chronological order and sum it all up. So let's go ahead and get right into the video. Okay, so I think I left off by telling you guys that I had my repeat anatomy ultrasound coming up. I believe in that video I had not already gotten it. So I'm pretty sure that I filmed that update before I went to the doctor. So we went in for a repeat anatomy scan and they were measuring baby in the 7th percentile, and they also saw a pericardial effusion. It was a mild one, but they did see that. So they ended up referring us to a specialist. And to talk about her kidneys a little bit, she did not have any further fluid in her kidneys. The only thing that raised suspicion is that she was actually supposed to be, so I was right on that cusp of being in my 3rd trimester where all of the normal range levels actually increase. So I still was at the 27 week mark, but they kind of wanted to see me almost at a 28 week mark. So her kidneys were really small for being almost 28 weeks. They were still there was only 3.8 fluid, or not fluid ounces, milliliters of liquid or fluid in her kidneys. And for that reason, they were kind of worried because her kidneys were looking small still. And right in the 3rd trimester, 7 milliliters, yeah. 7 milliliters is considered normal for fluid in the kidneys after 28 weeks. So we ended up getting referred to a high risk doctor just for an ultrasound, and we did that. We ended up having that appointment 2 days later, and baby was then measuring in the 20th percentile for them. They did not see a pericardial effusion. Everything looked fine with her kidneys, with her heart. Everything was looking and measuring fine. She was just measuring small. The high-risk doctor did decide to dismiss me from him, but he wanted my OB to continue closely monitoring her growth to make sure that she is progressively growing, because the fact that they said she was in the 7th percentile and then it jumped to the 20th percentile, which still is pretty small, he specifically wanted my personal OBGYN to keep a closer eye on it and not necessarily him. And he said that if baby was still measuring small, once I went back to my regular OB, then they would probably refer me back out to him and he would take over for my service. But my doctor was not concerned about doing a repeat ultrasound at the last appointment that I had last week. She is waiting another 3 weeks because she wants to see a good amount of growth, a steady amount of growth, and it was like a week and a half. Isn't really enough time to kind of see the trend of growth. So we were supposed to wait 2 weeks, but I ended up scheduling it for 3 weeks because the way that my husband works is he works mornings one week and nights the next week and mornings the next week. So it like alternates, and the appointment that I had scheduled was in the morning and he wanted to go to it. So the 30 weeks out is him working in the afternoon, so he's able to go to the appointment with me. So we won't know what her measurements are until I go back, but at my 30-week appointment, I was measuring perfectly with my belly at 30 weeks. So she said that that was one reason also that she was not going to do another ultrasound, because she said that my belly had grown and she felt confident with it. And if I felt any sort of reduced movement or anything like that, to come in immediately, or to go to, actually she just said to go to the emergency room. So that is the kind of the recap of that. Then at my last appointment, I also had to take my gestational diabetes test, which was the 1 hour one, and I did end up failing that test. So I have to go in for the 3 hour test, but I went to Walmart and picked up like a little $20 blood sugar test. Like it's called like a glucose monitor, there's like one word, glucose meter, glumoc, I don't know how you say it. Anyways, I picked one up for like 20 bucks, and I have been continuously eating the same diet, and my blood sugar, after about an hour and a half of me eating, even if it's a carb heavy breakfast or dinner or lunch, my blood sugar still remains the same, like in a good range. So I'm not too worried about the 3 hour glucose test. I feel like I will pass it, but if I don't, honestly, my day-to-day diet doesn't make my blood sugar spike. It may just be that drink that they give me that makes my blood sugar spike. But so far, since I have been taking my own blood sugar about an hour and a half after meals, my blood sugar seems to be fine. But I still will go get the 3 hour one just to see what it comes out as, and obviously because I am no professional, so I leave that up to my doctors to, you know, obviously do what's best for me and my daughter in the long run. Next up, which is something super exciting, is our baby shower is actually coming up. We have our baby shower on February 20th, and we are doing it in Jacksonville. We're only having immediate family. We're not having like a big get together. Me and Mauricio honestly don't have like a bunch of friends and family that we could invite or that we would want to invite. We kind of just invited immediate family and a couple of really close family friends. That's basically it. So we will be driving to Jacksonville for that, just because most of our family is there, and it's kind of just like a good central meeting spot so that everyone can get there and be there. We thought about having it here in Pensacola, but our house is not big enough to house that many people. We would have to house a good bit of people, and we don't have as big of a house to house that many people. So we thought it was best to go to Jacksonville and house ourselves versus having to house everybody else, because everyone lives there or close by there and can get to the location easily. I am super excited to have a baby shower. I don't really expect much out of it, to be honest, because we are having a really small one, but just to celebrate her life and to be this close. Like, I will be 34 weeks or 33 weeks pregnant when I am having my baby shower, so I will be literally in the final stretch when I have it. So that fact that it's so close means that I'm still so close to giving birth and having her here, and I'm so excited for that. So now to talk about a couple of symptoms I've had. Honestly, I haven't had too many, besides the fact that I'm super pregnant and, you know, out of breath, uncomfortable, you know, the things that just come with being super pregnant. But the worst thing for me by far this entire pregnancy, well, the second and third trimester, has been heartburn. I take Pepcid almost every day now. For a while I was saying that I wasn't taking it every day, but I swear to you, my child probably has a bunch of hair because I have heartburn so bad. It doesn't matter what I eat. I can get heartburn off of water, which is mind-blowing to me. My mom said that's normal, but I just don't know how that's possible. So the fact that I have this much heartburn, I better have a child with a bunch of hair so that I can put bows in her hair, because I swear if she comes out bald and I had all this heartburn for no cute bows, I'm gonna be really sad. And the next thing, the biggest sign or symptom I would probably say is that I've had a lot of preterm labor signs that have made me quite nervous. Again, if you follow my vlogs, you already know this. I have been having a lot of Braxton Hicks, so many Braxton Hicks. My doctor said if I have more than 5 in an hour, that is when I should be concerned. I've never had more than 5 in an hour, but I've had like 2 or 3 going into 4. So I'm like right on that cusp, but I watch them like a hawk. She loves to move. I will insert a clip over me talking right here of one of the biggest movements I've gotten on camera so far. She is such a squirmer. She loves to move around. She does not like when people poke her. She does not like when people jolt or mess with her. She doesn't like anything like that. If I put my hands on my stomach, she freaks out and is like kicking everywhere and rolling, and she tries to roll away from my hand, and she just loves her personal space, which is so much like me, so it's so cute. But another sign of preterm labor is cramping and lower back aches, because that means that your cervix could be dilating. But my back aches are not like constant. The cramps are kind of constant some day. Like, and when I say constant, I mean within days, not like within hours. I feel like I get cramps almost every single day, and I did talk to my doctor about it and she said it was fine. And that's when she said 5 Braxton Hicks contractions in an hour. That's what we're looking for if we start to think of preterm labor. Especially because I may, probably not, I don't know, have gestational diabetes. And the fact that she is measuring smaller, that we do want to keep her in as long as we possibly can. And, you know, gestational diabetes and IUGR, I don't know how they go hand in hand, because usually women who have gestational diabetes tend to have bigger babies. And then IUGR is intrauterine growth restriction. So that means small babies. So those are kind of like on 2 different sides of the spectrum. So I don't know how this will fold out in the next couple of weeks, but hopefully we have our answers within the next 2 or 3 weeks. And also I'm able to start a labor or like a birth plan. I have one kind of made out in my mind, but because all these different things are being thrown out, I have really waited to officiate one with my hospital, because I'm so scared that something will come along and I'll have to go and change it. And I'd rather just wait until I am completely done with all my appointments and we know the answers to all of our questions. Honestly, is she growing on her own trend? Does she do I have gestational diabetes? Is she going to be big? You know, all those questions, like I want to get them answered before I make an official one and file it with the hospital, because the hospital helps you build one and then they file it. So if any OB is to deliver your baby, they can look over your birth plan and see what you're looking for and what you are kind of going for in your birth plan. But besides that, I really don't have that much to update on. It's really just been a lot of appointments. Baby girl is still growing. My belly has grown a lot within the last couple of weeks. Like I said, I'm super pregnant and it's starting to feel the effects of it. Other than the possibility of being induced at 37 weeks, right now I either have 7 weeks left or 6 weeks left, or I have 10. You never know. I should know in 3 weeks, which will be super scary if she's like, okay, yeah, we're gonna induce you at 37 weeks, at 33 weeks, because then I literally will have 3 weeks left to finish everything. Everything's basically done, but just the thought of having to finish everything and prepare for her in 6 weeks is kind of scary when I feel like I have 10. But I'm gonna show you guys my belly real quick so you guys can see that. And yeah, so I have no shirts that fit me, so we're just not gonna be worried about that. So this is with my shirt on. It's probably gonna be more helpful for you to see with my shirt off. So my shirt off, and I still have a couple of stretch marks on my hips. Nothing really worse than what I already showed you guys. This is from the front. I personally feel like she sits really, really low. And my stomach is pretty low. Some people say I carry high, but me and my doctor both say that I carry pretty low. So gonna go with low. And here is the other side. And yeah, I know some women carry super, super low, but she is lower than normal. But yeah, that is the belly. Super cute. None of my shirts fit at all. I'm also wearing my husband's gym shorts. And also the only other place that I've noticed stretch marks is right here. Yeah, I don't know what it's called. I looked it up and it is completely normal to get stretch marks there, because I was like, what the heck? I have like one stretch mark there that's like super dark and deep. So I was like, is that normal? Like, I don't know. Obviously stretch marks are normal when your skin stretches. Like, I don't know. I'm just freaked out. But anyways, that is the end of my pregnancy update. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll probably see you guys for my 32 or my 33 week update, depending on when I go to the doctor and what it kind of makes sense when to upload this video, so I can give you guys the most up-to-date information. But anyways, I hope you guys have a very great day, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.